This is a story about the supernatural.
Shelterwood is the land of dreams. If you want to find something here, you will.
This is a story of disappearances and homecomings.
I know your whole world has been turned upside down, but listen, I was really hoping I could convince you not to go back out there.
Investigating the disappearance of my sister, Sadie DeRosso.
I've never heard of anyone coming back, ever.
Subscribe now to Shelterwood, a Suburban Gothic, to follow this story.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit lifelock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
Chronic spontaneous urticaria, or chronic hives with no known cause. It's so unpredictable. It's like playing pinball. Itchy, red bumps start on my arm, then my back. Sometimes my legs. Hives come out of nowhere. And it comes and goes. But I just found out about a treatment option at treatmyhives.com. Take that, chronic hives. Learn more at treatmyhives.com.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Friends, buy this book. Only God Can Judge Me, which I always laugh. It's by Jeff Pearlman. You can see that right there. Jeff Pearlman. I like when guys have like carved into their hair, only God can judge me, or the tattoos. Like, no, judges do a good job judging you.
Your mom can judge you. Your dad can judge you.
Yeah, but mostly judges
can judge you.
Are very judgy. Joe Prano is here. Joe, Jeff Pearlman wrote 3 of my favorite books.
Yeah.
Showtime, which when I first started dating Jeannie, that one I think she read. It was in her kitchen.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good sign.
And I remember every time she was out of the house, I would just pick it up, have my breakfast, and read it. There was a lot I didn't realize, like the whole Norm Nixon, Magic Johnson, Static.
Yeah.
I didn't know a coach almost died on a bicycle.
That is correct.
And became a little, as we say in New Jersey, a little Ugats.
Yeah, that's true.
What was that guy's name?
Jack McKinney.
Jack McKinney. Great coach.
Great coach.
And then scrambled eggs.
Yeah. I went down to see him when I wrote that book, and he's since passed. He was a really lovely guy, but his memory was terrible, all because of that bike accident, which led to Paul Westhead, which really led to Pat Riley.
Yeah. Well, first it was Pat Riley. Do you know this?
I do.
Pat Riley was a co-coach.
Yeah, with Jerry. Oh, sorry.
I don't know.
Jerry West.
Yeah, right.
Offense, defense. One's going to coach the offense, one's going to coach the defense.
Jerry West, prickly, tough to pet. How would you describe Jerry West?
Definitely prickly. It's funny because,
died a Clipper. Oof.
Yeah, I know that's rough.
Oh.
He became a Clipper, immediately died.
But he had some warrior. He had some warrior time. He had some time as a Clipper Warriors as well.
We don't want to speak ill of the dead, but certainly a tough, a pained man. Is that safe to say?
His autobiography is one of the best sports books I've ever read. It's really good. It's really good.
He's honest?
Very honest. In fact, when he was complaining about the show, which I always understood, like it is weird to see yourself depicted. Sure.
Yeah.
But
the show Winning Time.
But he, really was like tortured. And he talked about being tortured and just his whole background growing up and, the friction with his father and everything that went on in his life. Yeah, of course, in a show, they kind of...
They made him cartoon angry.
Yeah.
All the time. Is he the only MVP of a losing finals team?
I believe he is. I could be wrong, though.
I want to thank our Substack subscribers, Jean-Paul Barnard, Mary Murphy, Jonathan Danko. That name sounds familiar. I believe you're an old school Mohr Stories guy. Phil Connolly, and of course, our friend Dave Martin. Thank you, Substack friends. And I got a Substack question for you.
Oh, boy.
We're going to get our Substack.
Do I get to keep the dog, by the way, at the end of the show?
No, I can't sleep without that dog.
Damn. Okay,
when she, you know what's funny is at night, she loves when you rub her ears like this, right? Yeah. So at night, she sleeps on the pillow to my left, and I just lay on my back and I rub her ears. And one night I got up to pee, I came back, I'm rubbing her ear. I go, that feels weird. I was rubbing her vagina.
Oh, my.
She has a big one. She's got labora majora.
Why are your ears so much
No wonder
bigger
she's so
than I
loyal
was?
to you.
Why am I so hard? This guy wrote a great book on. This is from Jonathan Danko. We just said your name. I'd love to know if he thinks what sport should Bo Jackson have chosen outright?
Football.
Football.
As far as it was his greatest talent was football. You know.
And Ryan Andrews, what was the most shocking and/or interesting thing you discovered about Tupac?
Oh man.
And I got some Tupac questions.
You do. I mean, to me, my biggest discovery of my journalism career maybe is the whole origin story of Brenda's Got a Baby.
Yeah. So you told it on Rich Eisen, kind of stole the thunder.
Sorry, man.
No, I don't care.
Yeah.
No, that's what's great about our podcast is it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We have a good time. Who's your favorite Muppet?
I would say my daughter's a Muppet fanatic, and I just want to say wrote her senior thesis in college related to the Muppets and Sesame Street and the importance of
How old's your daughter now?
She's now a 22-year-old grad student.
I was going to say, this is a phenomenal young lady.
We raised her on the Muppet Show.
Yeah, they raised me.
Yeah. She knows who Ethel Merman is, and she knows who Russell Gray is his name. Anyway, all the old guest hosts, she knows.
Joel Gray.
Joel Gray, thank you. Because she's the only 22-year-old kid who knows who Ethel Merman is.
7'10", Joel Gray. Weighs 140 pounds.
My favorite Muppet would probably be Ralph, because I love you can't live with him, you can't live without him.
Ralph's my guy. Rolf, R-O-L-F.
Correct.
Because he had human hands playing the piano.
Yeah.
So he always looked like he would give the best hugs. And he wasn't like always on.
Young Jay needed a hug real bad.
There's a line in the Muppet movie when he says, I take myself for a walk and go to bed. And I just love that line. Take myself for a walk and go to bed.
He wasn't a hack like Fozzie.
Yeah, Fozzie was a
It
hack.
really is a psychological, it really says a lot about the person. Did you get enough hugs as a kid?
I didn't get that many hugs as a kid, actually.
Can we hear the dog on mic? Is it killing us?
Dog is hugging me, which I love.
What was the biggest surprise or shocking thing? You going about your journalism career? Oh, the Brenda's Got a Baby.
Probably.
Which is, for people that don't watch the Rich Eisen show.
Yeah. Tupac wrote a song, Brenda's Got a Baby. You guys know Brenda's Got a Baby?
Yeah.
And he was filming Juice at the time. And so he's in New York. He was only 19 years old. And he reads an article in the New York Daily News about a girl who was 12 years old, raped by a cousin, delivered the baby on her bathroom floor, threw the baby down the trash heap in a plastic bag. Baby was found in the trash heap. Tupac reads this that day in the Daily News, goes into his trailer, writes Brenda's Got a Baby. The newspaper article inspires the song, right? It's not an exact.
Yeah.
So I work with a genealogist from my hometown of Mahopac, New York, named Michelle Sully, who is great at finding people. I said, it'd be amazing if we could find the baby. Long story short, we found the baby, reconnected the baby with his mother, who threw him down the trash heap.
Jesus.
And they came back together.
Is that a good idea?
There's a lot of trauma there, but overall, it was good. It was definitely good.
I guess the baby's favorite Muppet is Oscar.
Good. Oh, I'm not going there. Too far for me on that one. But Ralph.
So I read this. There's a great quote. Something to keep a man in everlasting ignorance is contempt prior to investigation. I forget whose quote it is, but I had contempt to Tupac prior to investigation. I always thought he was.
I think Ralph the dog said that, actually. Right. Ralph the dog.
I always had. He always rubbed me the wrong way. And before the listeners and you woke fucks say like, well, it's because you're white. You don't understand. I think Jeff and I are both like late 80s, early 90s. We love hip hop. Mm-hmm. We're down. So
I know all the words of Bust a Move.
Bust a Move, yeah.
And Ice Ice Baby.
But reading your book confirmed all of my prejudices. It seems like Tupac was an asshole every step of the way. And I'm going to completely broad stroke this and you chime in whenever you want. It seems like Tupac he just had zero care for other people's feelings, well-being, personal space, hygiene. And it seems like his, as crass as it sounds, his shooting death was the only, after reading the book, which is phenomenal, it was like the only conceivable outcome of that life. Rubbing people the wrong way. Rubbing people the wrong way is an understatement. Like you go to Dennis Scott of the Orlando Magic, and you just show up to a guy's house unannounced with 40 friends and just like blow out the windows, piss in the fish tank, and the cops come 5 times. It's like, that's how he lived every single step of the way.
I think there was a lot of damage. I disagree. I actually think Tupac did a lot of good. I really do. I think he motivated a lot of people, inspired a lot of people.
Okay.
I think his mom, Afeni Shakur, Black Panther, Panther 21 trial, raised him with a very strong sense of we need to lift up each other. We need to.
Well,
I understand.
For a few years.
I understand. But I'm saying,
She
like,
was,
I just think, like, the thing I got from this book, honest to God, from the experience of the book, is just the layers of trauma that that guy went through in his life early on in particular. Not just poverty, not just fatherlessness, not just like
and motherlessness.
his mom
She was
being
a
an
crackhead
addict and
yeah.
being away. Like, I just think he went through so much shit. I understand there's a lot of bad in Tupac and what he did. I do. I totally understand. But I just feel like it would have been incredibly hard for him to arrive unscathed from everything he went through. I do. I was raised with 2 parents in the suburbs. My dad was a CPA. Yeah. I'm just saying he had a much, much harder and more difficult and more trying background.
Well, what point, Jeff, you know, guys like Shaka Senghor who have been on this podcast, and I believe is referenced in the book, you know, I'm going to guess he had a similar upbringing to Tupac, got put in prison for life, got out, has been on this podcast, turned his life around, uplifting other people. Like, isn't there, I felt like there was a lot of times in Tupac's life where he didn't recognize good in front of him. And kind of, there was a lot of opportunities, it seemed, to step off the ride, to step off the chaos carousel, whether it's the lady in Baltimore, Jada Pinkett, and that guy, John Cole. Like, even going all the way to high school, there was a lot of opportunities to go, okay, shoo, I don't have to live like this anymore. There's another option.
But I think he was heading more that way when he was ripped out of Baltimore. Like, at Baltimore School for the Arts was the happiest place I think he's ever been in his life. And it was the steadiest and the stablest. And even though every day he was going from the instability of a home life, the single mom, addict, poverty, he's going to the school every day and he's getting to perform these beautiful productions and he's getting to be surrounded by creatives of all stripes and he's loving it. And there is a alternative world where Tupac becomes just an actor, or Tupac goes to the school, I don't know, goes to performing arts college, Berkeley School of Music, who the hell knows, right? There is that alternative route. But the reality is he's a junior at Baltimore. He's loving everything about his academic existence. And one day they're like, nope, we're leaving. Goodbye. And he goes to even a worse place, Marin City, where his mom just dies full into crack addiction and he's left alone to fend for himself. So, like, I think there's that sliding doors thing where if he hadn't moved from Baltimore is the best period of his life in a lot of ways, despite his home life. Baltimore School for the Arts was an amazing place for him. Just an amazing place for him.
Well, it would have to be an alternate universe because when he was his happiest and he was an actor doing these great shows, he wouldn't show up for the show, or he'd have his like buddies in the back heckling and he would ad lib to the crowd.
No, but he was literally living, like you're referring to when he was in Marin City and he was in the ETC acting program at Tam High School.
Oh, I mixed up the two?
But no, it doesn't even matter because it's still the same
Baltimore,
point.
he was like, you didn't know if he was going to show up to do...
That was more in Marin City, where he
Okay.
was doing high school theater and he would be late for stuff. He wouldn't show up for stuff, but then he would show up and just knock it out, right? Like,
Oh, it's got to be infuriating to be that...
sure.
Yeah.
But like, again, like he literally wasn't living with his mom. And when he went home, she was oftentimes either not there or high on crack, right? So he was living with a bunch of kids his age, just trying to get by in the jungle, which is the public housing in Marin City, crack overloading it, doesn't have much money. So like, it was easy for all the white kids from Marin, because he basically went to the school that brought in from public housing Marin City, bust in. And all these rich white kids where Huey Lewis lived and Bonnie Raitt lived and all these very white, wealthy people lived, and they're all merged together. Well, these kids, they're probably driving their BMW to the school. The school is beautiful, where they're there and they know they're going to go home and their parents have money saved for college. Meanwhile, he's being bussed in. He doesn't know where his mom is. His friends, who the hell knows what they're doing. He has nobody guiding him at all. So I just think, like, I learned through this book the levels of dysfunction and hardship and heartache that this guy had to fight through every day. I really did.
Yeah.
And I just think it was a level that I could never, even having researched this, fully grasp and comprehend.
Yeah, I'm a white male. I hit the genetic jackpot in this country. 2 parents, suburbs. Joe, same?
Same.
Yeah. You have a question for Jeff?
I do. Yeah. I heard you talk. I saw you on TikTok talking about the response from some folks in the hip hop community. One guy saying, "I'm not even going to read the book."
Yeah.
That old gag.
When you do books like this, and I remember when you did Three Ring Circus, and you write truthfully about Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant fans hate that you're just telling the truth. You're a journalist and you're telling the truth. When you get into writing about Tupac or writing about Kobe Bryant, do you ever think about the response like, man, I'm just going to report the truth, but people are going to hate the truth?
Yeah, I definitely think about it more when the book comes out. Like, I literally just texted someone this morning walking here. I said I should have written the Young MC book instead. Like it's not that fun. Like it's not that fun. You know, like especially nowadays, I'm sure you guys see it. Everyone gets their information in 20-second little sound bites.
Oh,
There's no elaboration.
And who knows if it's accurate?
And they take these little things and that's it. And we all do it. So you're trying to, not only are you trying to get people to read 400 and something pages, which very few people, especially young people, do anymore. You're asking them to not just take in information that you're hearing in 20 seconds and that there's some elaboration to this. It's not just this, it's not just that. It's incredibly hard. And even Bo Jackson came out 3 years ago. From then to now, it's a different universe. So I feel like at the end of the day, you have to be a journalist. You decide in this business. Are you a journalist or are you writing as a fan? And I'm writing as a journalist. And that means writing what you hope to be a very true, real, accurate portrayal of someone. And that means usually whoever you're writing about, it's not always going to be all sunshine and rose.
Having written a book or two myself, you know, isn't there a part also where I can think ahead and go, well, if I write this, there's going to be blowback. That'll be great for me. I'll get more attention on the book. Does that ever cross your mind?
Never.
Really?
Because
You're not a narcissist like me?
No, it's not even that. It's like, well, you think, all right, you're writing the book. I know the Brenda story is a great, great story.
Yeah.
So I did
Opens the book.
Opens the book. That's not to sound hoity, like a literary device, right? You want to grab people in early, you start the book with that. But I never think like, oh, you know what I really want? I just want to blow up on social media and have everyone hate me because that'll help sell books. That's what I want. Oh my God.
I forgot to
the lack
silence
of
my
professionalism
phone.
here.
Yeah, you're not lying. You're not
I
lying,
got the
Jeff.
dog on my lap. Not going to rub her vagina, but I mean, it's been
Not yet.
suggested. Yeah.
Not yet.
Give me a
That's
day.
at the halfway mark.
Yeah,
That's during
required.
the ads.
It's weird how you told me you can come on the show, but you have to rub my dog's vagina. I thought that
Yeah,
was
it's in the rider. Why a Tupac book out of all the things? I mean, I've read 3 of your books and loved them. Showtime, The Bad Guy. Oh, The Bad Guys one was just fascinating about the '86 Mets, and how you tied in the garbage strike and how New York was just fucking absolute about where it came from to this victory, to now this Tupac book. And I even texted you earlier last week, like, Jesus, I think you're one of my favorite authors because I would walk around the house holding the book in case I had a minute. I would open it and read more of it. Why Tupac? I mean, there's no societally, it doesn't seem like there's any stones unturned. There certainly was. I learned a lot more about the shooting death and all that and the Biggie confusion.
Mm-hmm.
Why a Tupac book? Why not like,
the Young MC book?
Mitt Romney or like, do you ever think of going outside of?
Well, I think I went very outside on this one. I mean, this is my first non-sports book.
Stupid question.
No, it's all right. Number one, I actually love Tupac's music, and I actually think Tupac, you do this thing for a long time. I'm sure everyone has this when you reach a certain point, right? Where you're like, I've been doing this. I've been on this steady track, and you have this reputation as a sports journalist, and you have highs and lows, but you have this steady thing. And then you're like, why am I always doing the same thing? It doesn't mean the books are all the same, but why do I have to do the same thing? And I said to my agent, I said, I really would love to do a Tupac book. And he said to me, understandably, he's like, you're a white sports writer. This is a little bit of a stretch. I said, but why wouldn't you want to do a stretch? And I was a guy who always loved that Michael Jordan played baseball. And I always hated that people were like, what a failure. Like, he hit 202 at AA, having not played since high school. That's not a failure. That's freaking hard. I always liked when Garth Brooks did his rock album. Chris Gaines, the greatest.
Chris Gaines. They were 1 and 3 on the charts.
That was a good album, actually. I swear to God. But I just like, he got shit on nonstop for that. So did Michael Jordan.
I'm going to tour as Mark Majors.
Who's Mark Majors?
It's just my alter ego.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah.
Do the album.
Sure.
Yeah. I just like that stuff. and I'm not comparing myself, certainly not to Garth Brooks or Michael Jordan, but I like the idea of stepping out of your comfort zone. I've always been a hip hop guy. I do find Tupac fascinating. And I also think a lot of times what happens with young death is you end up having a lot of sort of BS and a lot of people come forward, especially now in the pay for interview stage of YouTube, where it's like, oh, he was my best friend. Let me tell you stuff. Blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of that. And I just thought maybe I can do something with it. I don't know.
When you have the idea to write the Tupac book, what's the, for lack of a better expression, what's the angle? I'm going to write about Tupac. Because this part hasn't been said yet, or?
The angle is I'm going to call 600 people and I'm going to find things about him that no one knew. And it's not like I'm going to find dirt on him. I'm going to find what life was really like inside prison at Clinton. So I found a bunch of guys he served with. I'm going to go to the yearbook. He went to Dunbar High School his freshman year in Baltimore.
Muggsy Bogues.
Not just Muggsy Bogues.
Yeah.
Sam Cassell sat next to him in geometry class. And I only knew that because a friend of mine named Dave Sheinin, who writes for the Washington Post, did me a favor, went to Dunbar and photocopied the yearbook from that year. I come back, I see Cassell there. I'm like, I wonder if Cassell knew Tupac at all. Probably not. I call the 76ers. Cassell's an assistant coach. PR guy's like, yeah, Sam wants to talk to you. He knew Tupac. I call Cassell. He's like, nobody's ever asked me about Tupac before, but we sat together in geometry class. So like, I want to be the guy who calls Sam Cassell because no one else thought to call Sam Cassell. I want to be the guy who tries to find Brenda's baby. I want to be the guy who calls like the EMT from Quad Studios who no one talked to. Like, I feel like we've gotten in society, certainly there are many great journalists, but kind of journalistically lazy, where we just go for Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith have replaced Jeremy Schaap and Bob Lee. You know? And that's just it. We don't have the deep dive anymore. You know, we don't have Ralph Wiley's looking into stuff. We don't have Gary Smith's writing 7,000 words.
Don't even have Bill Murray's.
Don't have
Jim Murray.
Jim Murray.
I
Yeah.
stink.
Yeah.
Jim Murray, No Man is an Island, but Wilt gave it a shot.
Jim Murray's cited in this book because he covered the Mike Tyson-Bruce Seldon fight.
Yo, a great Jim Murray quote.
He said the iceberg put up a better fight against the Titanic. The Titanic put up a better fight against the iceberg than Bruce Seldon against Mike Tyson.
Jim Murray was amazing.
Oh, the best. Maybe the best ever. Not just saying that. Maybe the best sports columnist
absolutely
ever.
the best ever. Like, that's a real skill to be able to write that
and quick.
In that confine.
Yeah, and we don't have that anymore. Barely.
No.
You know,
it's guys like you and me on podcasts,
and me on TikTok, which is like great but a low. Like, what are we doing here? You know,
I saw you on a TikTok live the other day talking about the book and talking.
You were the one watching. I was wondering who was watching.
I was
TikTok
watching.
live.
I think I put in the comments, when are you coming on Mohr Stories, knowing that you were coming on.
Yeah.
You were talking about the Biggie shooting and the Tupac shooting, and I don't remember what the context, but you said Tupac was convinced Biggie was involved in the shooting, and I am 100% certain that he wasn't. That was one thing he got wrong.
Everybody's 100% certain. And if you read the book, you really do a great job of walking through the absurdity that it could be Biggie or Diddy.
It just didn't make any sense.
He's like, yo, what's up? Come on up here.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. And Biggie...
But Tupac, do you think it's like the copious amounts of weed where guys just get paranoid after a while?
I think Tupac was raised, and this is not an indictment at all, but I think he was raised by a mom who's literally was infiltrated by the FBI when she was with the Black Panthers and the CIA. So like you have a woman who was raised understandably to be paranoid about everything, worried about everything, and think people are watching. They would smear peanut butter on the walls to get rid of fingerprints if they thought the FBI was coming.
Yeah, I didn't understand that when I read it. Why not Windex?
That I can't tell you. I guess peanut butter was a more effective way back in the day. Yeah. Oh,
Delicious.
So you can lick your walls after?
Joe's a big wall licker.
Are you more crunchy or creamy?
Crunchy.
Yeah, me too.
You guys are nuts. Kyle?
Literally.
How do you have crunch? You know what? I used to be very anti-crunchy. Now I'm all right with it. So I'm going to.
Does this dog eat peanut butter?
Not anymore.
Not after the vagina incident.
Not after I rubbed it.
She's been scarred by the vagina incident.
Right to it. You interviewed 700 people, over 700 people.
That's a little. It was the official number was 652.
Well, you wrote 700.
I didn't write them. I think my publicist did.
How many? 600.
52.
Anybody you wish you could have gotten and didn't?
Jada. I didn't get Jada.
Jada caught a stray, I felt. No, people did not have nice things.
No, people did not like Jada.
It's like,
at Baltimore.
I'm reading the book. It's like, then he met Jada Smith. Let's talk about her roommate. Yeah, nobody liked Jada. She sucked. I'm like, well, okay.
She was not beloved, but he was beloved. Yeah, she was not liked in Baltimore.
Out of nowhere, just nobody could talk about her without saying something bad about her.
That would be pretty much correct. At Baltimore. I'm not saying now.
Yeah.
but at
I don't know
Baltimore.
now. People don't talk that highly of her.
No,
either.
she's not highly regarded.
Jada, come on the podcast.
Have you ever met her? Do you ever do anything?
No. I'd love to.
Yeah.
I get along with everybody. I'm like you. Joe has a hard time with
Yeah.
blacks.
Yeah.
Wow, that's what I heard about you.
Will Smith smacked me in the face too.
You wouldn't. So Jada, did you reach out to? Of course you did.
Not only did I reach out to her, all right, you'll like this. I went to, she was doing an event, a book event. She had a book come out 2 years ago.
Bert, chill out.
Yeah, Bert,
You
chill.
can't hear her on mic? Holy, you
You want me to put her down?
You just got to keep touching her.
Am I doing
She does that to get attention. Maybe I'm wrong.
I feel like I'm milking a cow.
Look at her fucking face.
I love this dog.
She's
This
the
dog's
best.
coming home. I went to the Miami Festival of Books because Jada was promoting her book there. And I thought, well, maybe I would be able to get her. And I went to her book event. And it was actually funny because it was like me and about 400 women, right? At Jada's talk. And this was after the Will Smith
What kind
thing.
of women?
Women.
Describe
wide
the
swath.
audience.
My age. It was white, black, mixed ethnicity.
Flannel shirts.
No, kind of just middle-aged women who are looking for inspiration.
Okay.
And she was talking about, she gave many points about how to have a good marriage and the quality of marriage. And I always thought that was a little strange. Not only that, the women were like, yes. And I'm like, wait, what alternative universe are we living in here? No beef on Jada Pinkett Smith. I mean, but like, it was a little strange. So I didn't get Jada. But I did hear her book talk.
What would you say is the secret to a good marriage?
For me personally,
Yeah, you have a great marriage.
I do have a great marriage. Okay, this is actually true. I swear to God, I mean this. They always say never go to bed angry. I actually think it's the opposite. And my wife, we agree on this. You're better off going to bed angry because it always seems worse in the morning. I mean, it seems
And plus
better.
You got to get your rest. You
But
don't
it
want to
seems-
be exhausted and fighting
But
again.
what are you going to do? Fight until 5 in the morning? You wake up in the morning, it's a little bit better. I hate that advice. It's a worst freaking advice. Go to bed angry. It's okay. If you sleep in the other room, it's okay. You wake up the next morning, it's a little bit not as heated.
So you mentioned my secret to a good marriage. You went sleep in the other room.
Nothing wrong with that.
She's in the apartment upstairs. We have separate domiciles.
You sure she's not mad at me?
She doesn't
Over
think
winning
about
time?
you.
No, I'm not saying that. But I feel like she was so, we used to be like, I used to have such like,
She's a lot going on right now.
no, I know
Jeff.
she does. I know. No, it's not that.
Selling a
I just
$10
want to
billion
say,
empire.
I want to say something about your wife. Can I say one thing for real?
You say whatever you want.
I used to
I'm going to
teach.
take it out, but
I teach at Chapman University. I
oh
teach
yeah, you asked her,
journalism.
she mentioned that yesterday.
She came twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
So
to my
how
class.
could she be upset with you?
No.
She spoke for you.
That was a
first.
while ago. She came. She brought tickets for the students and like gifts. She came down. She's calling me on the phone. She's like, Jeff, where do I come in? She comes like running up. She's like, I've never had a better guest. So I'm being sincere about this.
My girl.
Jeannie Buss could like come to my house and like puncture all my tires, and I wouldn't have a bad word to say about her because the grace and kindness she showed to a bunch of, there was no motivation for her to do so. There was no benefit coming to talk to 17 students in Orange, California. None. And she just did it out of like a kindness and a decency. And I will never forget that. I'm being sincere. I will never
I
forget
appreciate that.
Yep.
17 students sounds like intro to Canada.
Yeah.
Or the Lakers attendance back in pre-LeBron.
Joe took intro to Canada in college and failed.
That's right.
How do you
Failed.
fail?
How do you fail on
It was an hour a week.
It was a 1 day a week class, and I just blew it up. I thought for sure it's gonna be the easiest class, and it was like a difficult history class about Canada that I didn't go to or pay attention in. And
Well,
then,
yeah.
And then it was
I would
like
eat that
the
up,
whole
wouldn't you?
class was of a midterm and a final, and I just duffed them both.
Where'd you go to college?
Lehigh,
Oh, my wife went to Bucknell.
CJ McCollum.
little PJ
CJ McCollum.
Patriot League.
What a
Little Patriot League.
crazy scouting department when you identify CJ, a guy playing for Lehigh, and he turns out to be CJ McCollum.
Well, he
Beat Duke.
single-handedly beat
Beat
Duke.
Duke.
Yeah, so that was
First round of the
yeah,
NCAA
yeah,
tournament.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
awesome. He was great.
Joe, I texted you this. I laughed because I listened to the podcast because I love our talks.
Yeah.
And I'm listening back. I think it was, I forget who the guest was, but I go, you go, it was 1 day a week. I go, how do you fail if it's 1 day a week? And you go, right.
Yeah.
I love that. So you couldn't get Jada, but you tried. So you fly all the way to Miami just in the hope.
I also have family there, so it wasn't like just
okay.
nothing. But
All
I did hope, and I bought my ticket, and I bought the book, and it came with a signed book from Jada, and I didn't
What did
get.
she write? She wrote,
No, it wasn't like that. It was just pre-signed. It was like Jada Pinkett.
how's the book?
Actually, it was pretty enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was
I'd
good.
love to meet Jada. I'd love to have her on the podcast. Kyle.
Sounds like she's a tough get.
Well, hey, man. Shaka Senghor. We had Damien.
I don't think
Eccles.
Kyle's finding Brendan.
Do you know
baby.
Jim Belushi? You ever meet Jim Belushi?
Yeah.
So Jim Belushi was in gang related with Tupac, and he was a great
Love Tupac.
loved. He
Good.
told me. He said to me, he goes, he's like, he literally said, I love Tupac. He said that guy was 1 or 2 movies away from Academy Award. And I actually think
I can see that.
he was
And Juicy scared the shit out of me.
he was awesome.
But I don't know who the other actor is, but when they go to close their locker and Tupac.
Omar Epps. It's Omar Epps.
Omar Epps.
Yeah,
That was one of the spookiest villains.
it's an amazing monologue.
I left the theater going, who the hell is this guy?
Yep. Then he was in Poetic Justice with Janet. I don't think Poetic Justice is a great movie. I'm just gonna be honest.
Well, it's not.
No, but Tupac is amazing in Poetic Justice.
So
Movie's not
I
great.
love in the book when you describe they have like a makeout scene. This is in the early 90s,
Yep.
and AIDS was up and running, and Janet wouldn't do the makeout scene unless Tupac got an AIDS test.
I just want. All right, can I get something off my chest about just modern society and this scene? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do you keep asking permission to talk?
Because it's your show. It's not my show.
No, but look at the back
More
end.
stories.
Stories.
Can I put Pearlman stories up there?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I talked to the
Right.
producer on the movie who told me the story, literally the story of Janet coming up to him.
Give me the dog. It's making me crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, sorry.
Or just drop her on the ground. She looked up. Oh my God.
She's gone upstairs.
Oh, she looked. You dropped her, and she
Oh,
looked up at me
sorry.
like, "What the fuck's with this guy?"
Is that on video? Is that caught for eternity?
No.
Or no? Okay.
Come here, Bert. She never.
She's
comes
just going to
here.
drop out of the frame.
My dog, you just dropped down.
Yeah, she has 2-inch legs. All right, so
She's like, I quit. This is bullshit.
Jim Belushi.
All right. No.
Poetic Justice.
Okay. So basically, I interviewed one of the producers on the movie, this guy, Steve. And I spoke to him at length, used his name, the whole thing. And he told me the story about basically Janet said, I need to talk to you, to him. And he's like, you need to tell Tupac he needs to get an AIDS test before I do any kind of kissing romantic scene with him. And this guy said something like, well, did you talk to John Singleton? And he's like, yeah, he didn't take me seriously, so I'm telling you. So this guy tells me, he goes to Tupac and he says to Tupac, Janet wants you to take an AIDS test. And Tupac goes, first he goes, fuck that, I ain't doing that, blah, 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 blah. And he starts laughing. And he goes, so you're going to take the AIDS test? And he goes, nah, man, no chance. And he leaves. And eventually they do the scene. He just never does the AIDS test, whatever. But, like, I get attacked on social media, whatever matters. Oh, John Singleton said X years ago, that never happened. It was just a joke. Well, I literally interviewed the guy who went to Janet Jackson and went to Tupac, who told me the story, who has a stellar reputation, on and on and on. But like, nothing matters anymore. It doesn't matter how much research you do. It doesn't matter how hard you work. It just doesn't matter. People just tear you apart. I'm just not made for 2025 as a journalist. I'm not.
Well, I like what Dave Chappelle says about Instagram. I don't care what they say on Instagram because that's not real. It's not real.
I know.
And if I didn't have Instagram or a television and I walked outside my house, I would never know that the country was being ripped apart at the seams. If I don't watch Rachel Maddow before bed, I wouldn't fear that I may not wake up in a democracy. It's like,
Do you ever think of getting rid of Instagram, actually being serious? Like, and just like,
oh yeah,
I do too.
all the time.
I got rid of Twitter,
rid of
and it made me happy. It made me so happy getting rid of Twitter.
I don't miss Twitter a single moment.
0%.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's just and people like talking. This is going to sound grandiose, but it's true. Having access to me is a privilege in my personal life. Having access to Jeff Pearlman, this is a privilege. Having access, like we get.
No.
Yeah, I know. That's why I stopped.
I just got to.
Let's not get out. Let's not get
You got
crazy
to. You include the people in your life that have the privilege, and you have the privilege to be in their life.
Right.
So if you just look at somebody and goes, "You fat fuck," it's like I'm not going to hang out with that guy anymore. So why should I be on Twitter and have all these people just say terrible shit about me, my kids, my wife, my family, my career?
Totally. I like how people are like, "Ooh, the coward blocked me." Yeah, you called me a fat motherfucker. Why wouldn't I block you? Why would I continue to engage with you? Like, what is
Yeah, and they
even...
take it as like a badge of honor, like how many people block them, and it's like in their half the time it's in their bio,
Right.
And it's like, meanwhile, they're Milkman 420
Yeah.
on Twitter. They're just fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Social media is
It's
look,
poisoned the well.
But I'm still, I got a podcast to promote.
Same, right.
And I just do podcast clips once in a while. I do,
Yeah.
But thanks for inviting me on your podcast. I appreciate it.
You were on my podcast.
I was?
You were on my podcast.
Well, I did a lot of drugs, Jeff.
Okay, fair.
I don't know if
you literally were on my podcast.
Really?
Yes.
How was I?
Was it memorable for you?
I was high. I was fucking blasted on drugs. We were just talking on the Substack. I wrote a character letter for a guy going to court in the program, my 12-step program. And it's like, DUI with property damage. And then I had dinner with another guy in my program last night, and he goes, "Oh, bro, last time I wrote one of those, I said what a good man of character." It's just a guy he knew from the rooms, and he didn't realize it was kiddie child pornography.
Oh my God.
And he wrote like, "Oh, he's a good man of character, great in the community, loves hiking, kids, always doing laundry."
I just want to say, when you do books, you get asked to blurb a lot of books, which is write something on the back. We just talked about this. One time I did a blurb. It was a guy I knew. This is years ago. And oftentimes with blurbs, being totally honest, you read 10 pages or 5 pages, and it's a friend of yours or whatever, some guy I know, and the blurb runs. And someone called me when the book came out. He's like, "I can't believe you blurbed that book." And I go, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Did you not read what he wrote about women and blah, blah, blah?" And I'm like, "No, I just wrote the blurb." And that was kind of a lesson for me. Don't just write the blurbs. So I don't.
No,
do
I've
that
always
anymore.
read the book.
Yeah.
I'm a good blurber. You're probably a real good blurber.
Now I read at least like a good sizable amount of books.
Now I read 11 pages.
Yeah.
I did it for Drew Rosenhaus's book. That was fun to do because my character in Jerry Maguire was absolutely based on Drew Rosenhaus. And I was doing stand-up at the University of Miami mid-90s and, late 90s, obviously, because Maguire had come out. And him and his brother came to have lunch with me on campus at University of Miami, and they had to wear orange safety vests like that highway workers wear that said agent across the back because it had gotten so crazy with the handouts and the $100 handshake. This is before NIL, obviously.
Yeah.
But like there was no effing around, especially at Miami. The U?
Yeah.
Oh, what a squad.
None of those guys are getting paid.
Joe, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, well, Jeff is talking about social media.
Let me know when I get my podcast back.
You were talking about social media. You've blown up on TikTok with your stories from your baseball days and your coverage.
Yeah.
What is the one story that got the most traction? What's the one reveal that you put out there that people just blew up?
Oh, interesting. I think it was a story I told about in the 96 NBA draft, there were 3 high school kids who entered the draft. It was Kobe Bryant, there was Jermaine O'Neal, and there was a guy named Taj Red McDavid. And he was a kid who basically, he averaged like 25 a game in high school. And everyone's saying, "You should enter the draft. You should enter the draft." And he was a poor kid. He lived in a trailer. His uncle was like, "You should do it." And literally nobody in the NBA knew who he was. Like nobody knew who he was. And he enters the draft. And once you do, back then, there's no going back. You're not going to college. So he enters the draft. He's shocked to find out he doesn't get picked. It becomes like this punchline. And he kind of vanishes. And I did a story years ago for Bleach Report. I wanted to find him. And I went down to Palmetto, South Carolina, it might have been, I remember. And I went to a trailer, a mobile home unit. Oh, sorry. I went to a trailer, a mobile home unit, and knock on the door. And one of his uncles answered. And I was like, "Is Taj here?" And he's like, yeah, come on in. And you would think, right? You actually would think this ends with a bad story where you show up and he's working at CVS and he's unhappy and blah. He was like a legal clerk. He like went back to school.
A 6'10" legal clerk?
No, he wasn't even that tall. He was like a shooting guard. Yeah. But like he had a daughter, was very happy, living a good life.
Great.
He was divorced, and like the joy unexpected. We have so many stories of athletes just like then they vanish and then they're in a convenience store. Then they're, and it was so joyful and people really seem to like that. So
Jermaine O'Neal.
Loved him.
Underrated?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was nice.
You know who's not in the Basketball Hall of Fame? I just realized this the other day.
I got one.
I wonder if we have the same one.
1, 2, 3.
Mark
Bill
Jackson.
Laimbeer.
Oh, Mark Jackson. Here's why. I'm not saying in a normal Hall of Fame he would be in. Ralph Sampson is in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
The Basketball Hall of Fame is weird.
Michael Cooper's in the Basketball Hall of Fame. I love Michael Cooper. I'm just saying. Michael Cooper in baseball is like David Wells. And David Wells was an excellent, excellent pitcher. By the Basketball Hall of Fame lets everyone in. Mark Jackson was like 3rd all time in assists. I'm not saying in a normal Hall of Fame he gets
Mark
in.
Jackson should totally be in the Hall.
I don't even get it. He even coached, I don't know. Wade Laimbeer.
Bill Laimbeer's got 2 rings with the WNBA. So he's got to go in.
Was he the head coach of the Detroit Shock?
Yeah, so he's got 2 with the Pistons. He's got 2 with
That's actually pretty good.
It's the Basketball Hall of Fame. You got to,
Nobody liked him, and I wonder sometimes if that hurts. Because Curt Schilling's the same way. Like, I can't stand Curt Schilling. Can't stand. I do think he's a Hall of Famer, actually.
It used to be the magic number was 300 wins.
That's
and now,
long ago.
Yeah, like
Long
you look
over.
at a guy like Kershaw, he's probably like 230.
Yeah.
Like not even close.
But he'll be in.
Oh,
Roy
of
Halladay got in. He's far short. Guys, just
Jacob DeGrom's going to finish with like 70 wins.
probably get in.
Yeah.
Right.
A
When he goes 5 and
30-year
6
career, 70
with a
wins.
1.3 ERA
Yeah.
for his career. Yeah.
Don Mattingly not in the Hall of Fame.
don't
Mind-boggling.
To me, Keith Hernandez belongs more than Mattingly
This
That's
was
what
our
this
first
asshole
argument
says.
on this
Oh.
podcast.
How could you like?
because there's no argument. It's an easy argument.
Go on, I'm listening.
Won 2 World Series. Is the best defensive first baseman of
Yes.
all time.
Yeah.
To me, even if it's first base, you'll never find anyone, I'm not kidding, who played a better first base than Keith Hernandez. If you were the
Mattingly's
best,
close.
no. People in New York at that time, which I was, but I was a kid, it's not, Mattingly was an excellent defensive first baseman. He might be top 10 all the time. Keith Hernandez was the best defensive first baseman.
Phil
ever.
Rizzuto was in the Hall of Fame. He's a 250 hitter.
Well, that's like the Ralph Sampson of Baseball Hall of Fame. It doesn't make any sense. I know he won a lot, he won an MVP, but it's ridiculous. Hernandez, 100%. 2 World Series.
Roger Maris not in the Hall of Fame. 2-time MVP and Babe Ruth record.
You can make a strong case for Maris, I think.
Yeah, Dale Murphy over Roger Maris?
Murphy's not in, though.
No, he is in.
No, he's not in.
What?
He's
I don't
not
think
in.
he is.
If only we had a producer.
But
to-
Harold Baines is
he's
the
not
one.
in. He's not in.
Harold
Dale
Baines is the
Murphy's not
one that people are like, how is Mattingly not in, but Harold Baines is in? I think that's a fair argument.
Yeah.
Because Mattingly had a 4-year
Identical
window.
numbers to Kirby Puckett.
Mattingly.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
identical.
Kirby won 2 World Series.
All right, well,
Yeah.
And Kirby died young, and then you got the whole.
Kirby went blind.
Yeah.
Kirby had a sordid. Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone thought Kirby Puckett was like Mr. Lovable. You know,
Yeah.
his
he
name
was Mr.
Kirby.
Lovable. Just,
He was like this kind of adorable weeble wobble of a man.
Looked
And
like
then
a
like,
pug.
yeah.
he looked like the barrel you wear to go over Niagara Falls.
And that turns out not so great.
uh,
I love
would-
this conversation. I love Hall of Fame conversations.
Me too. The game we used to play, me and my buddies, was you just draft players. You get to draft a team, but nobody can be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, I like it.
You
Is it
wanna do
based on single season or career? Sure.
Go ahead.
I
You
mean, I
want to
would
pick
go-
first?
I go first. How many picks are we doing?
We'll do a lineup.
I mean, I'll take your guy. I'll take Mattingly.
All
during
right,
his
I'll
best
take
year.
Bernie Williams.
I'll take Keith Hernandez.
Okay, I'm going to go based on his best. I'm going to take Schilling as my.
Basically,
ace. I'm going to take Schilling as
he's
my.
in the Hall
ace.
of Fame.
No,
isn't
he's
he?
not. Get your
Basically,
producer to do some work
You
around
just
here.
go through the '96 Yankees. You're all like, all right,
I
I'll
know.
take Andy Pettit. Like,
Yeah, but Schilling
Right.
was better.
Can I
than
take Barry Bonds?
Oh, are we
no,
counting
you
Sorias?
can't do any of those
Oh,
guys. 'cause
well,
they're
No
Hall of
McGuire,
Famers.
no Bonds, no
No,
Canseco,
no.
no Sosa.
So
Okay.
take Van Slyke and get over with.
What?
Andy Van Slyke.
Let's see.
Guys
How
in
about-
their cars right now have their next pick queued up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. How about Chuck Knobloch?
What?
Ugh.
Great, like Gold Glove,
Yeah.
second
No,
baseman.
no.
I mean, fell apart, but like
It fell apart.
I'm
He
Couldn't
assuming,
throw to first.
I'm assuming I get him
he-
during
he
his
was 15
prime.
he
You know,
was- hold on.
during get him.
In
Roberto
twin-
Alomar. All right, I'll swap him out.
Twins, Chuck Knobloch. There's an argument like, all right, I mean,
That's how he ends up on the Yankees because he's an elite.
but then he can't. He just gets the all-time case
Yeah,
of
well, I
the
didn't
yips.
take Mackie Sasser.
I believe he
He
hit
is available though on the draft.
He is available.
Chuck Knobloch. I believe hit Keith Olbermann's mom in the face with an errant throw over first baseman's head.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
No.
Your pick.
All right,
Chuck
I'm going to go with Thurman Munson as my catcher.
Ooh, I'll take Jorge Posada.
Oh, very nice.
I'm rolling.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
You're very New York centric, although we all are right now.
It's like it's a great team.
Yeah.
I'll go. I'll spread
Okay.
it out.
Oh,
I got a great one.
I feel like I got to get a center fielder
It's a
out here.
5-second clock.
Yeah, okay.
5, 4.
Pass.
I'll go Dale Murphy.
I'll go Jesse Barfield.
Oh, I like Jesse
Wow.
Barfield. Great arm.
That seems like a crazy selection. Jesse Barfield's.
I mean, he's not like
You gonna pitch to him?
What's that?
It's like a Posada right behind him.
he does have
Switch
Posada
hitter.
behind him. Yeah, another Yankee though.
5, 4.
Darryl Strawberry.
Oh, good one.
Oh, I should have taken
I'm
Derek.
going to take Bo Jackson.
Oh no! Jeff wins. Game over. You can't top that.
Yeah.
I can't believe. Oh, you got to put Bo in the Hall of Fame.
He didn't play long enough.
Fuck numbers.
I mean,
Here's my best criteria for. Ask me why Bo Jackson should be in the Hall of Fame. So I'm not going to do numbers. I'm not going to say MVPs. I'm not going to say Gold Gloves. So why should?
I have a question. I was just wondering, why do you, Jay, think Bo Jackson should be in the Hall of Fame?
Because he's Bo Jackson.
It's fair.
That's the best answer I can give you.
Yeah.
Because he's Don Mattingly.
Yeah,
Because he's Keith Hernandez.
it's fair actually.
Yeah.
You
go,
don't say that about Dale Murphy.
Because he's Jack Morris.
Mm.
No.
Because he's Kurt Schilling.
I mean, the bloody sock. He's like a 500 guy, right?
But
No.
is Schilling not? Is it just an asshole? Was there no steroids? Is not a part of the Schilling.
No,
Jeff doesn't like him because he's
He's an asshole.
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
I think even conservatives acknowledge Kurt Schilling's kind of an asshole.
How about Dave Steeb not being in the Hall of Fame too?
Jimmy Key.
He was more like a generational grade.
But yeah, like for a decade,
Pettit.
he was like the best pitcher for.
I will say,
a
I don't
decade.
think Sabathia is any better than Pettit or Dave
That was
Steve.
no, I don't
And
either.
I'm glad he's in. He had a great career. Or Roy Halladay. I know he passed. I don't think he was better than Dave Steve.
Bro, are you out of your fucking mind?
Go ahead. Schilling.
Kurt Schilling, 216, 146, 3.5 ERA. That's not Hall of Fame numbers.
Nowadays it is, though. Won multiple World Series.
How about the amount of
Put the
people
ketchup
that-
on his sock.
Yeah,
How
two
about
World Series, right?
Yeah.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. My friends, it's getting darker earlier, and that makes me a little depressed. Yes, I have seasonal mood disorder. Did you know that's a thing? I didn't either until somebody told me that. How did I learn that? BetterHelp.com. BetterHelp.com. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend, and you better be checking in on your friends, or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp.com makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners of Mohr Stories get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com. BetterHelp.com/Mohr Stories. That is your promo code. You can live the best version of you. My friends, this is a call to action. It is time to get well, to get better, to get great. BetterHelp.com/Mohr Stories for 10% off your first month. Help is out there. There is a therapist for you. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Time for a Lucy break. Lucy Breakers, 100% nicotine, always tobacco free. When do I use my Lucy? Whenever I want, really. Whenever I want some good mint flavor, because that's my favorite flavor is the Lucy Mint. These are 12 milligrams, people. Get together with me in enjoying these Lucy Breakers. Level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. I said that like Harvey Keitel. Let's level up your Lucy nicotine routine. Promo code J, J-A-Y. You're going to go to lucy.co/JAY and you get 20% off your first order. Lucy.co/J. Enjoy your Lucy Breaker. Thank you, Lucy, for sponsoring this podcast. And here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. So don't try to cheat it. Warning, this product contains nicotine, and nicotine is an addictive chemical. How about the amount of people? Let's go back to your book, Only God Can Judge Me, by Jeff Pearlman, the story of Tupac Shakur.
I do not put him in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
No.
Yeah.
The amount of people that
Rock and Roll
describe.
Hall of Fame?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm going to get this question out.
He is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who, Tupac?
Yeah. Of course he is.
What, from when he was in
He was just a great rapper.
Led Zeppelin?
He was a drummer at Hall & Oates for a brief spell. I never told you that.
Private Eyes. The amount of people that describe Tupac as effeminate, it's almost universal across the board.
I mean, the thing is, he was an art school
Question
kid.
mark.
Yeah, right. He was an art school kid. No, I'm being serious about this. He was an art school kid, and the schools he went to, Baltimore School for the Arts, TAM, he was in the theater programs, and it was just this wide swath of people. And I think I am actually noticing this already. Like, people are like, oh, you're saying Tupac was gay.
No,
First of all, no, I'm not at all.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Anybody that says that is an idiot.
Well, I don't
That's
like it
not
for
what all-
multiple reasons also.
You're
Like,
quoting people saying he was super effeminate.
exactly. And also,
So
like,
do you think Tupac was gay?
I do not. But I also like, I do think it's become this thing where it's like, how can you say, like, let's say, and I'm not saying he was gay. I just think it's weird. Like, all right, let's say he was gay. Like, and, you know, like,
Well, then he won't get into heaven. That's fine.
that's true. But otherwise,
Well, a follow up on this. Do you think Tupac's like
Devon White. Go ahead, sorry.
Gary
Tupac's
Pettis. Yeah.
Kay Laughlin.
Can't have
Tupac's anger and like Tupac almost. Do you
Who's
think
Tupac?
Tupac?
Is he a Wookiee?
Do you think the effeminate thing is something that Tupac was overcompensating for in his life? Like people,
I know what you're
then
saying.
people say you're effeminate. They're essentially calling you gay.
I don't think so, because I don't think back then people were like, oh, you're gay, you're effeminate. But I don't think he actually heard that from people. I think he just had multiple sort of sides to him, like we all do. I really do. I just think he had multiple sides to him.
Was Tupac the king of code switching?
I mean, I think you can make the argument that he was a guy. Here's what he was good at, but I don't think it makes him that unique, but I do agree. Like, he would go to school. He'd have the older, Mrs. Greenleaf was one of his teachers. Mrs. Greenleaf was an older white woman. Mrs. Greenleaf loved Tupac, right? He was a nice kid. He was polite, blah, blah, blah. He goes to live in Marin City. He shows up at high school. Classmates told me he would smell of hyacinth and vanilla, right? And he was this creative acting kid, this arts kid who loved Kate Bush and Peter Gabriel and Don McLean and Hall & Oates and the Indigo Girls. Like, he was that kid around his theater friends. He goes back to public housing. He's living with his guys. What are they talking about? Hip hop. What are they talking about? Blunts. Like, he would go from environment to environment and sort of adjust to the environment. And I don't think that made him phony. Like, I
didn't say he was
no,
phony.
I know you didn't. I feel like a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're saying he's phony." I'm not saying he's phony. I'm saying he did what he had to freaking do to survive, and I think it came very natural to him.
I love, like, when you just quote other people, when other people say he was very effeminate, and then people come at you saying you're saying Tupac's gay. It's like, no, I'm quoting other people.
Also, like,
but people these days don't know what quotation marks mean.
Well, that's the other thing. There's literally a video of him being interviewed his senior year in high school, Tam High School.
Oh, I meant to look that.
And
video
he's very
up.
effeminate. Like, he was an effeminate kid at that point. It doesn't mean anything. It means he was effeminate. He was very dramatic. He was an acting kid. Like, that was it.
This what really struck me as sad with Tupac's life. He's doing when he sat down with Angie Martinez.
Yeah.
I'm doing it, Tupac replied. These ends ain't doing no tours. They ain't living good. They sleeping with extra security. They got guns out. They was out here panicky like a motherfucker. It's a military move. He's describing himself. That's his life at that moment.
I think when he was
sleeping with extra security, he was completely on edge.
Belushi told me, actually, when they were filming Gang Related, like, he was just always, like, nervous, and he hated having too many people around. And I think being on death row, I don't even have to think, I know, being on death row.
The record label.
Yeah, with Suge Knight made him super twitchy and super nervous because there was just this increasing hostility, the whole East-West thing, which he didn't help with Hit 'Em Up, the song Hit 'Em Up. I think he was always like, again, he had this Black Panther ethos in him, always sit with your back to the wall, always be aware of your surroundings. And now, in this world of death row, which was a very violent, Bloods-affiliated record label, Mob Piru, he was nervous and on edge. And he would be on these movie sets, and it was almost like a peaceful place for him. You know, like, it was normal. Here's craft services. I can go into my trailer. He loved acting, loved acting. And I think outside of that, there was like, he would be on his balcony, cigarette after cigarette after cigarette, just stomping them out, up late at night, waking up, dreams, nightmares, like freaking out. Where am I? Just
but Jeff, when you beat up one of the Hughes brothers, and everywhere you go, you cause chaos. When you go to concerts and you go, like, of course, that would make me twitchy too, because I'm waiting for the retribution.
The Hughes brothers thing, I interviewed Alan Hughes for the book. Hughes brother thing is fascinating because Alan Hughes said to me, so he cast Tupac in Menace to Society. Then Tupac they were doing the table reads, and Tupac was just like a pain in the ass.
He ruined it.
And finally, Alan Hughes fired him. And Tupac comes back and tries beating him up, and basically a bunch of his guys jump Alan Hughes. And when I talked to Alan Hughes, because he later on did a Hulu documentary, a 6-part Hulu documentary about Tupac that was excellent, called Dear Mama, that came out, I think, last year. It was really good. And Alan Hughes is a great guy. And he said to me the thing in hindsight that frustrates him the most is, like, it's hard enough being a young black kid fighting up a role in Hollywood, especially back then. Like, it just wasn't easy. He's like, as soon as you get the reputation that you're going to be the guy, not just disrupting sets, but beating the shit out of the freaking director, James Cameron isn't calling you. You know,
that's in the book. Yeah.
Steven Spielberg isn't calling you.
I'm telling you, like, you don't know what's in
No, but it's true. But I think you've worked in Hollywood. I haven't. Like, it does seem like once you get the reputation, why would they want to deal with you when there are other actors you can deal with, even if you're that talented? And Hughes thought it really derailed his career, that he was heading in this trajectory. And then he has this moment of just pure stupidity and anger. And who's going to work with this guy? And then he does Bullet with Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, I mean, but if you're a roofer and you roof houses and you take a piss off the side of my house and you show up every other day and you play your music and you bring 30 people with you and they go up on top of my house and piss, I'm not going to use you as a roofer either.
Correct.
So it's synonymous with
everything.
Society.
It's life.
Yeah.
I agree with you. If you show up, you work at Whole Foods and you're like taking shits in the bags, and you're not going to last there very long. Just a reality. Not that I ever did that.
Why is it that people that work at health food stores never look particularly healthy? They're always like really sallow looking.
I used to work at CVS.
I would die. That overhead fluorescent lighting will eat you alive.
You know what was good though? I was 18 years old.
Were you the guy that unlocked the razors?
They didn't have that back then. This is suburban, rural New York back in the day. But it was holiday time, and the perk of this job was if the bags of candy just were open, you could eat the candy. So the different employees would definitely rip open bags of jelly beans and such. Yeah, and then we'd eat candy. So it was free eats at CVS on Route 6 in Mahopac, New York back in 89.
It's good time.
Sorry you weren't there. I could have totally hooked you up with some jelly beans.
I worked at a Texaco at the end of a mile from my street, and there was a peanut M&M machine. We put the quarter in and you crank it like a chunk. So if a quart of oil then was $2.25, we would just say $2.50, and that quarter went to the peanut M&M machine. That's how I gamed the system.
You know what's the best? You do it and two come out. Or like one, but the worst is when it just comes halfway out and hangs there, and you have to shake the machine, and then you have to buy another one so two come out, and then you're like, what was that?
That was garbage. As
Still,
Ari Spears would say, garbage.
It fuels my anger.
I'm one of the few people that had an entirely positive Suge Knight afternoon.
Oh, please tell.
Did you talk to Suge at all, or he was incarcerated?
He's incarcerated now, so I tried.
So when I did Mohr Sports on ESPN, we got Suge Knight as a guest, and everybody was like, extra security and this, and I said, no. Like it's an interview show. Like, what's going to happen? So he came in with two guys, sat in the makeup chair, had a cigar lit the whole time. And I said, so Suge, man, I was going to ask you some, he wanted some questions in advance. So I just gave him all the questions in advance. Like, what do I care?
Yeah.
I got Suge Knight. It's a great get. And he goes, listen, I'd appreciate it. Crooked Eye is going to do some freestyle. And I go, well, we already booked Dave Navarro to be from Jane's Addiction to be the musical guest. He goes, well, he could come out during my interview and just show you what he's got. To which me and my writers went, yeah, absolutely. Like, who cares?
And how was it?
The guy was great.
He was?
But some guy, Crooked Eye, came out and he sat. It was like Jabba the Hutt with that little creature off to the side.
Yeah.
He just sat. It was so awkward. He sat on the arm of Suge's chair, which was not a like a brother who's down. Look, it's not a good look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like just very like awkward. And then I'm like, so I understand my man Crooked Eye is going to freestyle for it. And then Crooked Eye freestyled. The crowd applauded. Crooked Eye went away. I kept talking to Suge. I asked him if he hung Vanilla Ice out the window from the balcony. And he goes, no. He said, I don't recall that. And he goes, do you? I go, no.
Right.
I was in the bathroom. He goes, yeah, we were all in the bathroom. I go, yeah. I was in the bathroom.
Tom Arnold was the host of Saturday Night Live when Tupac was a musical guest. And he said, I interviewed Tom Arnold for this. And he said Suge Knight was at the after party. And nobody knew Suge Knight would be coming to the after party. And he said everyone was like kind of like this around Suge Knight. And he said, Suge Knight goes, Tom Arnold, where's Roseanne? And he goes, she's in the trunk of my car. And he said Suge Knight loved that and responded very warmly to his joke about Roseanne Arnold being dead in the trunk of his car.
I'm sure Suge Knight's a bad guy.
Yeah.
But, hey, man, I had a great time with him.
Wait, can I tell a quick Suge Knight story?
I'm trying to think if I have a follow-up to my story.
Of
course I want to hear your story.
Yeah,
Suge Knight, then he did the thing. We did the... so Dave Navarro was going to perform from his solo album, Trust No One. And we have a montage behind him. Like, this says Mohr Stories behind us. It was just a bunch of different, like, publicity shots of Dave Navarro. And Dave Navarro goes, bro, this is gay. Like, I can't. I'm doing this acoustic song, and you're rolling these, like, handsome photos of me. And I'm like, well, what do you want us to do? You want it blank? And he goes, could you use Suge Knight photos?
Did you?
Yeah. So Dave Navarro's doing this song, and it's like Suge Knight in a 3-point stance on the football field. Suge Knight with a cigar. It was the most incongruous, perfect. That was the show. That's like what we pulled off. It was so people can go like, oh, you got one season and got canceled. It's like, no, that was a smashing success. We did what we wanted under the confines of Disney.
And you brought Dave Navarro and Suge Knight together for the one time in their life together.
Yeah, I got that photo somewhere. All of us on stage.
That's pretty amazing.
He's just singing. It's just Suge Knight in high school flexing.
Suge Knight, 3 games for the replacement Los Angeles Rams in
Wow.
1987.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that good. All right, the song Hit 'Em Up. You know Hit 'Em Up? It's
Yeah, of course.
Okay, Declaration of War song.
Put that mic near your mouth,
Sorry.
Jeff.
All right, sorry about that.
How long you been in show business, Pearlman?
Yeah, not that long. Suge Knight, Hit 'Em Up, this big song. And it's a Death Row produced song. And there's a songwriter named Fran Goldie who wrote the song with Dennis Edwards, formerly of The Temptations, called Don't Look Any Further. And Hit 'Em Up samples that song. And one day, Fran Goldie, who was a writer on this song, gets a call and says, can you come into the office? It's a rep. And she's like, so the rapper Tupac Shakur wants to sample this song. And she goes, oh, that's great. He's a big rapper. That's fantastic.
She had a baby.
Yeah, she had a baby.
She needed the money, right?
Sure. But also
Yeah.
like, that's cool. Tupac.
Yeah.
And this guy goes, you may want to read the lyrics. And it's, that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat she's like, oh, she goes, I can't sample this. And guy goes, do you know who Suge Knight is? And she goes, I don't. And he said, unless you want someone coming to your house with a baseball bat, you might just want to let them use the song. So she granted rights. And she actually loves the song. So
no payment whatsoever.
she got paid. She got paid.
Okay.
Yeah, she wasn't going to do it on a moral
It was
principle.
left ambiguous in the book. I thought maybe she just gave it away.
No, she got paid.
I dog-eared a couple pages. I really love this book. If you guys know how to read, because you never know these days. I do have a 14-year-old son.
You can also plug it into ChatGPT and just have it read it for you.
Is there an audio version?
Yeah, there is.
Did you read it?
No.
No.
It's interesting. I just want to say I didn't read it because the N-word appears in this book about probably 100 times.
And half of the time it's just you writing it.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
It's certainly not.
So who did read it? Do you know?
I forgot his name. It was James Shipley. He was great. Like great job. And not white.
This is another thing about like Tupac. They're driving around LA and then the riots pop off.
Oh, him and Layla. Yeah.
And we see this one motherfucker over to the side, Layla recalled. We jump out, we dust this motherfucker off real quick. So they're just driving around, jumping out of the car and beating the shit out of people. Yeah, he's a real fucking uplifting human being, this Tupac. I'm Biggie all day.
No one's perfect.
No one's perfect. How'd you like to be just a white guy walking down Highland? And you're like, hey, Tupac, thunk, 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 thunk.
Might have been a black guy, though. You don't know who he beat up.
There's no way.
Could have been.
There's no way. I had another one dog-eared, but I don't want to. So, Gunslinger, Showtime, Sweetness.
That was Walter Payton.
Yep. Yeah. Boys Will Be Boys was?
Oh, Dallas Cowboys in the 90s.
Oh, Charles Haley.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely insane man.
First of all, clinically insane. Like,
yes.
Literally, as now, was undiagnosed at the time.
Is that the guy that threw the helmet that almost decapitated Jerry Jones when they lost a couple games in a row?
Yes, and he's also the guy who used to pleasure himself under a blanket during team meetings.
Let's go.
Yeah.
At least he wasn't skipping meetings.
Unlike Mark Jackson, a Hall of Famer. Yeah. He's in the Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Jeff, I spoke to you a couple of years ago, and I asked you if you could do any book, what would it be? And you said the Tupac book.
Yeah.
You've done the Tupac book.
Yeah.
Now, if you could do any book, what would it be?
Jay Mohr.
Any book.
Any subject.
First, Jay Mohr, obviously. If I could do any book, I swear to God.
Even more stories.
Even more stories. I would do the Blind Melon book.
Wow.
I love the group Blind Melon. I love Blind Melon. I think Shannon Hoon was a musical genius. 5 people are buying that book. I won't be writing it, but I love Blind Melon.
Yeah, that really, I'm not going to do it.
You going to buy that? You in?
No.
Yeah.
But what's a practical Jeff Pearlman next book?
I've thought about a couple of things.
You think about doing a comedian book?
No. Those guys are so lame.
Yeah, I am.
I mean, Eddie Murphy that'd be great, right? I mean, that guy sounds funny. I've been thinking Cuba Gooding Jr. maybe. Wait, can I ask you a serious question?
Yeah.
About Cuba Gooding Jr.?
Yeah.
I had an idea for a TV show, and it's Rod Tidwell as like washed up, right? He's like this guy, and he's adjusting to modern times, and maybe he has like an openly gay kid. Like it'd be like, and like he's a has-been athlete who like is appearing at autograph shows, and there are 5 people there. But Cuba Gooding Jr., correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm not being a dick to Cuba Gooding, kind of unemployable. Is that fair or no?
Well, Kyle jumped on that quickly.
Kyle's in.
Unemployable?
Kyle never talks except to
holy smokes.
make sure no one hires Cuba Gooding Jr.
Wow. I don't know.
What did Cuba do to you? Yeah.
Really? He didn't go to fucking prison. Look.
He was awesome. He is great in Jerry Maguire, though.
You know who read for that? Tone Loc.
Tupac read for Forrest Gump, Bubba Gump.
Yeah, that blew my mind.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I could see. I don't think that's a ridiculous stretch. I don't. Tone Loc, I can't see.
I wonder how that would have changed the future of Tupac.
I know.
I
think if he'd stuck to acting, if he had focused more on acting, I just think he.
I think he had an Oscar in him. I think Chris Farley. I'll put Chris Farley on the top of the Oscar in him list.
Really, Chris Farley, comedian. Chris Farley.
Oh yeah,
interesting.
He was a deep dive. Kyle's looking up whether or not.
No prison.
No, of course not.
Guilty to 2 counts
of
sexual.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So let's get that show up and running, Jeff. I mean, the pendulum's swinging the other way. We can act like fools now.
Are you cool with the cameo in Tidwell?
Why is it got to be a cameo? Why can't I act?
Actually, like, you're his agent.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Bob-
down on your luck agent coming back looking for
Bob
clients
Sugar
to
don't get
represent.
down on his luck. Bob Sugar. Yeah, I just like acting. I like fucking working.
Yeah, when the Tidwell like social media thing blows up, all of a sudden Sugar comes sniffing around.
100%, right? And he wants a piece of it.
Well, Jeannie's always like almost obsessively wanting the Jerry Maguire the Jerry Maguire sequel, like because especially now how it's just a totally different business.
I'm with her. I agree.
Yeah,
It'd be cool.
Tom's got to do something to get his career out of the doldrums.
Yeah, that guy's really struggling.
He's
He needs Maguire too.
After his jail time.
Yeah.
After Tom Cruise went to prison.
Tom Cruise's prison sentence.
Do you ever notice? You know, do you ever notice back in the day? We had this talk the other day. Major League, right? You see Major League.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes is Willie Mays Hayes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Major League 2, they just replaced him with Omar Epps. Like, you're not going to notice they took one black man and replaced him with another black man.
Well, did you see? Have you seen Wesley Snipes throw a baseball?
I heard terrible. Well, I heard he can't play basketball for a lick, right?
No, it looks like me and Go throwing the radio off my body because I threw it left-handed.
Oh, is that
You're not supposed to know we're gay.
Did you wait? Did you throw left-handed?
Yeah, it's like the only way. There's two times well, obviously when I kiss a guy, but when Scott Wolf comes out of after we run over Sarah Pauly, and Scott Wolf comes out of the bathroom holding the radio like, oh, we forgot to take our mics off when we ran the girl over and talked about dumping her body. So I just grab it and I just
funny.
I just throw it. I'm like, if I throw it left-handed, it'll
You'll
be
look.
like my little Easter egg to
Right.
people. And then when we hit the girl, we both go, ah! We scream like little girls. Oh, the gays. So how was the No Kings rally? You had a good time over there?
I actually
Jeff Pearlman, ladies and gentlemen. No.
I actually
Don't
didn't go
answer-
because
don't
I was visiting my niece.
Don't answer.
I was going to go.
Don't
I was going to go.
don't do it.
Well, you know, we have a Substack audience now, Jay, and Jeff is big on Substack, and one of your Substacks is
Politics.
very politically
Yeah.
based. So
Correct. It's called The Truth OC. It's about Orange County, California.
My whole thing about all I care about is January 6th. Like I don't know what you have to do to lose a job these days.
It's insane.
That's my whole that's my whole
How
and don't-
many, if you had to take a guess, for real, I'm being serious, how many January 6 pardonees, whatever that is, are now ICE agents, would you say?
Well, I would say almost all. That was my theory. My conspiracy theory is he pardons them all because if you look at January 6th, there was a military precision to parts of it, and then they all get rolled to ICE agents because they don't. What, do you have a number?
No, I would say, my guess
I would
be
say most.
very high percentage
Yeah.
became ICE agents because they're unemployable in society, but in a lot of society.
Like Cuba.
But ICE will take them in a second.
Like what, Joe?
like Cuba.
Like Cuba Gooding Jr. Or like Dean Cain.
Why doesn't Dean Cain and Cuba Gooding Jr. become ICE agents?
Dean Cain,
Or they could be in our Jerry Maguire sequel.
And we're Skeet Ulrich these days. Let's get him.
Dean Cain is an ICE agent, isn't he?
Andrew
Didn't he?
McCarthy, ICE agent. That's why you never see him. He's always wearing the mask.
I knew it.
The thing but here's my whole, at some point you have to come into the awareness that that Donald Trump won the election with 78, 79 million votes. He's not a king. He won.
Yeah.
He was elected
Sure.
against, he won. I mean, you look at the Electoral College, you look at the group of states that he won, it's not even close.
I just don't think we're going to have fair elections in 2026.
I just don't. Well, he's not going to be. He's not leaving. You don't. Build
Well, I mean,
you
even
don't
the
build a
midterms.
ballroom to fucking leave.
Right.
Well, how
I'm
does that work? Like all right, I'm not leaving.
The troops are already on the streets. It makes total sense to me. I got the January 6th people to be ICE agents. I practice putting the troops on the street. People get used to troops on the street. I'm building a new ballroom at the White House. Guess what? I'm not leaving. Oh yeah, well we're going to take the White House. Oh, I can't. There's guys with M16s up there.
So do you think they have a fake election? Whoever runs against him, even if he wins, he loses, and Trump stays? Like, let's say he loses. Let's say whoever runs wins the election, the Democrat. Do you feel like they wouldn't even acknowledge the win?
Well, they already laid that groundwork 2 elections ago.
Yep.
He won, and he's saying the election was rigged. Like people haven't called out the absurdity of saying, wait, if the election's rigged, you won.
Yeah.
Like it's a complete gaslighting of the American people.
I mean, I wrote
And
a
I'm
book.
just along for the ride. Like I said, I'm a white male. I've hit the genetic jackpot.
Are you able to?
They overturned Roe v. Wade. Oh no, I can't get any. Like what? I'm 55. I can't get anybody pregnant. I'm okay. I got sons. Oh, they overdid the voting rules in Georgia. Oh no, I live in LA. I'm a white guy. Like what do I? It doesn't affect me.
But doesn't it affect you, like, just as a human being? I'm actually being sincere. Do you not get mad about it? Do you not feel frustrated about it? Do you
It
not
gets
feel
mad at me, and I realize he won, and I didn't vote for him, but I can also see the appeal of him because I live in LA where people just take shits in the street in Venice and Santa Monica.
I did that on my drive here.
I know you did. You're a big street shitter.
Only in Santa Monica.
And there's like just Winnebagos and campers lining the streets, the homeless outside everywhere. It's just like I do a joke in my act. People go, I can't believe you won. I'm like, have you really? Have you been outside?
Right.
Like, take a look outside. And when I travel the road, and this is my complete objective observation, when I go to a red state with a red city and I do stand-up comedy, it's clean, it's orderly, everybody seems to be incredibly happy, and the crowds are phenomenal. And when I go to a blue state and a blue city, it is a fucking mess, and I got to step over homeless people to get into the showroom, and every 10th joke they go, ooh, ee.
But I got to say,
that's my experience.
No, I understand.
That's what I've lived for 38 years.
But I think that's more the nature of cities in blue-red. Tennessee is a red state. Memphis is a city in Tennessee. It's a problem. It has a lot of problems. Michigan is a purple state. You go to Michigan, you go to Detroit. It's not it's a city. Like, cities are cities. I just think, like, yeah, if I go to Lincoln, Nebraska, it's going to be orderly and calm because it's not a city.
First of all, a little offended you think I play Lincoln, Nebraska.
I saw you in Lincoln, Nebraska last year.
Never been.
You were out on the corner asking for change.
I worked the edges, Jeff.
I literally saw you.
I worked the edges of the country.
You're shitting on the street.
I worked the edges.
With Cuba Gooding Jr.
Florida, California, New York, D.C. I worked the coast, Chicago. Yeah. Chicago was actually beautiful.
Chicago's a great city. New York is I was just in New York. New York is a great city.
Well, they didn't take kindly to the ICE agents in New York. That went fucking sideways quick. And I do a joke on stage where, when he puts the troops down in New York, it's going to be like, excuse me, Mr. Army Man, you mind moving your fucking tank? I got sheetrock to unload. Oh, look at the Army lady with the big fucking titties. How you doing, honey? I got a Major Woody. I think it's pro wrestling. I think democracy is stronger than any of us can imagine. If you get a guy like Trump and then a guy like Biden back to back, and we're still out here doing what we do, I think that's a proof that democracy can even transcend our incompetency.
But do you think you say Trump's not leaving. So do you feel like we have an election, he loses the popular vote, or even he loses the electoral vote? Do you think he has enough power that he can just be like, fuck it, I'm not leaving and stay?
He's done nothing but centralize that power since...
I know, so how can you then say democracy is strong enough that we can...
Well, it hasn't happened yet. I don't live in the
I
future.
Yeah.
And at some point, human beings have to take their balls out of somebody else's mouth and go, I'm not cool with this.
Or in your dog's case, your vagina out of someone's
Oh
hands.
my God, I was rubbing it like this. I was like, did she just come back from the groomer? Or? All right. I love your book, Jeff. I love all your books. The three I read, it. Which one are you most proud of?
I mean, the future Blind Melon book aside, I would say, honest to God, I'm not
It'd
saying
be the worst book of all time.
Come on, Shannon Hoon.
I mean, with the 90s
I interviewed the girl
thing.
I interviewed the girl dressed as the Bumblebee, and
I would do that.
Of course you would.
Yeah, I think we're Facebook friends, actually.
Aw.
This book was the hardest to write. It was the most difficult. It was the
Why?
hardest because I'm an outsider to hip hop.
Yeah.
I've never written about hip hop. The one thing about sports, I've said this before, but it's really true. You have a schedule. I knew where Bo Jackson was for 80% of his days. Tupac, there's no, except when he toured, you're basically like, he's like a butterfly in the wind. Like, you're trying to find out where he was, what he was doing. I knew Bo Jackson on June 5th was in Cleveland and August 6th was in New York. Like, you just knew. It doesn't work that way with non-sports. So it's the first time I've been like, shit, I actually don't have a schedule of this person's life.
So Tupac's buried in we'll wrap with this.
Yeah.
Tupac's buried in North Carolina because
some of his asses are.
Some are in the ocean. The majority, most likely, are in...
I think the majority were in the ocean, and his mom saved some ashes and buried them.
Because Afeni Shakur lived there briefly.
Lumberton. Yes.
And Wilmington?
Lumberton.
Lumberton. Sorry, I misheard you.
A place you've probably not played, the downtown.
No, I've been there like 8 times.
Yeah. Hello, Lumberton.
Hello. So it just seems... what's the word? Ignominy?
It's depressing.
It just seems like the worst outcome to be laid to rest for a guy like Tupac. New York, Baltimore,
Marin,
California,
Oakland, LA,
California love. And he's just buried it. It didn't even look like a cemetery. It looked like a backyard.
It's a front yard.
How is that legal to bury people in a yard?
You can get a permit if you, it's ashes, it's not body. So you file a permit with the city, and you could have a. So if
I'm
you
burying you in my bushes right here, Joe.
wow, actually, Joe asked me earlier. Do you think he'll bury me in the bushes? That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
So he's buried in and now it's just like this ridiculous tract of land that's run down and shitty. Nobody's gonna go.
The house is empty. It's owned by the estate, the Shakur estate. There's a big fence around it. It's on many acres.
So nobody can even visit.
I mean, I did. So
oh yeah, you got the photo.
I got the photo. I visited, but at first I snuck. People are like, "Oh, you snuck on that property." Like, first of all, it's an abandoned house. Second of all, this is what journalists do. Third of all, that, and fourth of all, like there was like a fence around part of it, and then it's down over here. I'm like, it's an abandoned house. It's not exactly the same as sneaking onto someone's property and taking their stuff. Like it was an abandoned house, and I walked around the property.
Did you talk to Tupac at his grave?
I did not. Have you seen all the AI Tupac though? No.
No.
Have I have a conversation with Tupac?
Yeah, I mean, I'm writing a book about you. I'm being serious.
No, I didn't.
Never.
It's just not who I am. That's just not how my brain works. Yeah, just being honest. Yeah.
You think Tupac can get into heaven if you believe in that?
I mean, Tupac's believed in Thug's Mansion, and he said there's a heaven for a G. So maybe so.
Jeff Pearlman, ladies and gentlemen. He's up there. Let's pour a little out for Pac. Let's pour a little.
He's with my dad right now. My dad died in 2023.
I know. That was really touching at the back of the book
so
when you mentioned your dad. He read all my books.
He did read all my books.
Yeah.
I think Tupac and my dad and my late dog Norma and Grover Cleveland Alexander are all together in heaven right now.
Is he from Jersey? Ohio?
Grover Cleveland Alexander?
Yeah.
I think he was from Ohio.
Do you know what state has the most presidents? Ohio, right? Yeah.
Do you know only 4 schools produced a Super Bowl winning quarterback and a president, and I went to one of them, the University of Delaware. I'm super...
Joe Flacco and Joe Biden.
Two
Joes.
No, yeah, Joe Flacco, because Rich Gannon also played in the Super Bowl for the Raiders. He is another Delaware Blue Hen.
Yeah, but he got fucking raped by the Buccaneers.
It wasn't good. He was a good player. Wait, do you know... I'm going to give you the best. Do you know about the People's Sexiest Man issue with Rich Gannon?
No.
All right, this is going to be the story of the year for you.
I always thought he wore a toupee. It always looked like a rug up top.
Rich Gannon?
Yeah.
He might have. Okay. I was working at Sports Illustrated. A friend of mine was working at People Magazine. They used to do sexiest whatever issue. And they would do sexiest. Were you ever like sexiest comedian? You ever get that?
No.
Sorry, man. I voted for you. And they would do like sexiest politician, sexiest, and they would do sexiest athlete. They would always ask us, the people would ask us at SI, what are some good athletes? So we recommended Rich Gannon. Rich Gannon, good guy. He was with the Chiefs, good looking guy, height of his career, or not the height yet, but good. The photographer goes, and the assignment is take a picture of the Chiefs quarterback because none of people knew anything about sports. They took Elvis Grbac instead of Rich Gannon.
Better looking.
No.
Yeah, well, Frankenstein kind of way.
Yeah, if you look at the thing.
For a guy with bolts in his neck.
Correct. So if you look in like 1999 People Magazine sexiest athlete, it's Elvis Grbac, and it was supposed to be Rich Gannon. And there's a quote like from his wife who's like, I always thought his personality was sexy. And I was like, got that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a Jimmy Garoppolo world, right?
We're just living in it.
Is he the best looking football player?
He might be the best looking football player of all time.
Yeah.
Oh, Vince Ferragamo.
Yeah.
Vince Ferragamo was a really good looking guy.
All right. Well, let's get the gay out. Ready? Thank you, Jeff Pearlman. Tupac, Only God Can Judge Me. I read this book. I texted Jeff last week. I couldn't put it down. I carried it around the house. And I was on crutches. So, I mean, it was arduous to carry a book on crutches, but I did it.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for coming on. Hope you had a good time.
I did. And thanks for all the memories you have from being on my podcast. I'm glad.
It's amazing. A complete blackout.
I get it.
Jay Mohr's my uncle.